Welcome to my YouTube channel to listen a beautiful love story for free. Please like and subscribe my channel for more videos and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Let's get started. The Bookworm and the Butterfly. The aroma of old paper and forgotten dreams hung heavy in the air of the Book Nook, a haven for bibliophiles nestled in the heart of the city. It was here, amidst towering shelves groaning under the weight of countless stories, that Maeve found solace. With a nose forever buried in a book, she was a creature of ink and imagination, her world a tapestry woven from the threads of fictional narratives. One rainy afternoon, a vibrant splash of color disrupted the tranquil hum of the bookstore. It was him, a whirlwind of motion and laughter, a human butterfly with wings of cerulean and sunshine. He flitted between the shelves, his eyes gleaming with an infectious curiosity. Maeve, initially startled by the sudden intrusion, found herself inexplicably drawn to him. He seemed to radiate a joy that was utterly contagious. His name was John, and he was a whirlwind of contradictions. A renowned architect with a penchant for the avant-garde, he possessed a soul as delicate as the stained glass windows he designed. He was a man of sharp angles and bold strokes, yet his laughter held the warmth of a summer meadow. Their first encounter was a collision, both literal and figurative. He, engrossed in a particularly animated discussion about the merits of brutalist architecture, collided with her, sending a cascade of books tumbling to the floor. Maeve, startled, watched as he knelt down, his brow furrowed in concern. "I am so incredibly sorry," he exclaimed, his voice a melodic baritone. As they gathered the scattered volumes, an easy rapport bloomed between them. Maeve, initially hesitant, found herself drawn into his orbit. He spoke with a passion that bordered on the poetic, his words painting vivid pictures of soaring skyscrapers and hidden gardens. He listened intently as she, in turn, shared her love for fantastical worlds and enigmatic characters. Their meetings became a ritual. He would visit the bookstore on rainy afternoons, seeking refuge from the clamor of the city. Maeve, anticipating his arrival, would save a seat by the window, a steaming cup of tea waiting for him. They would spend hours discussing everything under the sun: philosophy, art, the meaning of life, the absurdity of existence. John, a man of action and grand gestures, found himself captivated by Maeve's quiet intensity. He was drawn to her intellect, her gentle spirit, the way her eyes sparkled when she spoke of a particularly poignant passage in her current read. He, who had always been a solitary soul, found himself yearning for her company, for the quiet comfort of her presence. Maeve, for her part, was equally smitten. She had never met anyone who could so effortlessly bridge the gap between the real and the imagined. John saw the magic in the mundane, the poetry in the ordinary. He encouraged her to step out of her comfort zone, to embrace the world beyond the pages of her books. One evening, under the canopy of a star-studded sky, John confessed his feelings. "Maeve," he began, his voice a hushed whisper, "I don't know how to say this without sounding utterly cliché, but you have changed my world. You've shown me the beauty in the quiet moments, the magic in the everyday. You've taught me to see the world through the eyes of a dreamer." Maeve, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs, looked into his eyes, a shimmering pool of emotions reflecting in their depths. "John," she whispered back, her voice barely audible, "I feel the same way. You've brought color into my world, a vibrancy I never knew existed." Their love blossomed like a rare orchid, delicate yet resilient. They explored the city together, hand in hand, discovering hidden alleyways, quaint cafes, and breathtaking views. John introduced Maeve to the wonders of modern art, while she, in turn, opened his eyes to the magic of storytelling. However, their idyllic existence was not without its challenges. John's work demanded long hours, often taking him away from the city for weeks at a time. Maeve, accustomed to the solitude of her book-filled world, found herself struggling with the pangs of loneliness. One evening, as John prepared to leave for a particularly demanding project, a wave of anxiety washed over Maeve. "What if," she began, her voice trembling, "what if we drift apart? What if the distance erodes the connection we've built?" John, sensing her apprehension, pulled her close, his arms a comforting embrace. "Maeve," he said, his voice soothing, "no matter how far apart we may be, our hearts will always find their way back to each other. Remember, love is not about physical proximity, but about the strength of the bond we share." He kept his promise. Despite the long absences, he would call every night, his voice a lifeline across the miles. He would send her letters filled with his thoughts and observations, his words a testament to the depth of his feelings. One day, John returned from a particularly challenging project, bearing a gift, a small, intricately designed book. "This is for you," he said, his eyes twinkling. "It's a collection of stories, inspired by you." Maeve, her eyes brimming with tears, opened the book. Inside, she found a series of poignant tales, each a reflection of their shared experiences, the joy of their first meeting, the quiet comfort of their shared silences, the strength of their love enduring the test of distance. John had woven their love story into the fabric of his own art, a testament to the profound impact she had had on his life. Maeve, overwhelmed with emotion, realized that their love was not just a fleeting emotion, but a timeless story, a masterpiece in the making. As time passed, their love deepened, their bond strengthened. They faced challenges together, supporting each other through thick and thin. They celebrated triumphs, their laughter echoing through their shared apartment. One crisp autumn evening, John knelt down, a small velvet box clutched in his hand. "Maeve," he began, his voice filled with a nervous tremor, "will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?" Maeve, her heart overflowing with joy, nodded, tears streaming down her face. "Yes, John," she whispered, "yes, 1,000 times yes." Their wedding was a celebration of their love, a fusion of their worlds. The ceremony was held in a garden, the air filled with the scent of blooming flowers. Guests, a mix of Maeve's literary friends and John's artistic colleagues, mingled, their conversations a delightful blend of the intellectual and the whimsical. As they danced under the starry sky, John whispered in Maeve's ear, "Remember that rainy afternoon, amidst the chaos of falling books? I never could have imagined that a chance encounter would lead to this, a lifetime of love and happiness." Maeve smiled, her eyes sparkling with unshed tears. "Me neither," she replied, her voice soft. "But I wouldn't have it any other way." Their life together was a testament to the enduring power of love, a love that blossomed amidst the pages of a bookstore, a love that defied distance and time, a love that continued to evolve and grow with each passing day. They were two souls, bound together by the invisible threads of fate, their love story a timeless tale, a testament to the magic that can be found in the most unexpected places. So this is the end of beautiful love story. Hope you like it. Please support my channel and share your feedbacks in the comment section. We will meet in the next video. Stay tuned.